Hi, today we're going to work on our Jen Stark style drippy paint drawing. You can see this one has different sections on it. So in this section I've got black and white. In this section I have analogous colors. Over here I have the colors in the rainbow order or the color wheel order. Down here I have some complementary colors and more black and white colors. So I have 5 sections of drippy paint in my Jen Stark style drawing, and you can see I trimmed the bottom edge so it looks really drippy. I'll show you how to make one like this. You can start with your paper the horizontal or the vertical way, so it goes straight up and down like this. And you'll need a king size Sharpie or a large Sharpie and a regular size Sharpie. And we're going to start with using our fingers for a kind of a guideline. So the drips for our paint are going to be about 3 fingers wide for each drip. And we need to draw at least 5 different sections of dripping paint. So here's what we'll do to begin with. I'll start over here and I'm going to make a drip that's wide enough that I can get my 3 fingers inside of it. And then I'll make another one that's about the same width. And another one that's about the same width. Okay, so I've got my one section here that has 3 drips on it. And they're all about 3 fingers wide. Now I'll move over here to this other section. I'll move down and I'll do the same thing again. And they can be all different lengths. So this one I'll start here and I'll do sort of a medium length, like this, and then I'll do one that's a little longer and one that's a little shorter, and it goes right off the edge of the paper. Okay, so now I have 2 sections, 1, 2, so I need a few more here. So the next section we're just going to have like it's coming past it, and I'm going to have mine a little bit offset from where that one is. So I'm going to I'll start out over here at the edge, and again I'm estimating about 3 fingers, maybe 2.5 fingers, somewhere around there. So I'll start here, I'll make a drip, a drip, a drip. So I have another section here, and I need another section over here. So I'll start here, I'll make a small drip, a longer drip, and like that. Okay, so now I have 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more section, and I'm going to put it right here in between the 2 other ones that I made. Again, I'm remembering about 3 fingers wide, and I'm going to start here. A drip. Okay, so those are 2.5 or 3 fingers wide. And I have 5 sections. Now if you turn it this way, it looks more like drips. Now we used our king size Sharpie to make those really thick, bold lines. If your lines are not thick and bold, you should probably go over it again because they need to be super thick and bold. Next, we're going to use our regular size Sharpie, and we're going to make another line that echoes the line we drew before inside of this puzzle piece section. So in this section, about 1 finger space away, I'm going to try to keep that about 1 finger space away like this so it's even. I'll test it. Yep, it's still about 1 finger space away. So I'll do sort of an echo of that right along here. And it's all about 1 finger space wide. And I'll do it again. Make sure it's about 1 finger space wide. And pretty soon you might start running out of room. Like right here, I'm not going to be able to get a drip in the middle there, so I'll just go as far as I can. It goes off the edge of the page here, it drips down right here, goes back off the edge of the page, comes down here, goes back like this, and I can probably only fit in 1 more curve. Okay, so I've got 1 of my sections with the lines in it. I'll move over here to the next section, do the same thing. Now, right here, I'm noticing this line is not very thick like this line is. And I'm going to get pretty confused if my lines are not the right thickness. So this needs to be thicker. That's like the bottom edge of that section of drip. Make sure that the bottom edge of each of your drip sections is nice and thick so you don't get confused when you get your little ones. I noticed this. See how it's thick here and it's thin there? I better make that bottom line a little thicker. Just the bottom line in each section needs to be thick. Not these lines, just the bottom. That one looks like it needs to be thicker too. There we go. Better. Okay, now let's start in this little puzzle piece section. We're going to do the same thing, about a finger space, about this far. Draw that same shape right inside the line, about a finger space away from the thick line. And repeat. And I'm going to go right off the page here and pretend it goes up here, and then finish it down here. It goes right off the page, and then it comes back over here and comes again. Okay, now I've got 2 sections done. Now I'll do this section, but before I start this time, I'm just going to make sure that my bottom line is nice and wide. If it's not bold and wide, I just might need to go over it one more time to make sure that that is really going to stand out. Yeah, that looks pretty good now. I fixed it up. 1 finger space away. Here we go. And continue. Now in this section, I'm starting to run out of room here. So I'm going to do this one, and look, it runs behind that one. That's okay. Then it's going to come out here, and then it goes behind that one again. And I'll just pretend it goes behind that one, and it comes back out, and it goes right there. And it goes behind, comes down there, and then it's lost. And I'll just finish this little section here. Okay, so now I've got that puzzle piece done. We'll scoot on over. Let's make sure this is nice and bold. Go over that one more time so it's really going to stand out. And we'll do the same thing again. 1 finger space away. And you see you have to do a little bit of problem solving when you get into that part where these start to get close together. So this is going to come down here, and then it disappears behind that drip, and then it peeks out down here, and then it disappears again, goes up there, and goes across. So we'll have a lot of that where it goes behind this drip. Right now I have 4 of my puzzle piece sections done, and this is my last little section right here. In this section, I'm just going to make sure that bottom line's nice and bold. Go over it one more time. All right, looking good. And I'll do the same thing again. Finger space. Draw that line that sort of echoes the line underneath it. Okay, and then down here at the bottom, you don't need to do anything at all because we'll be cutting that off later. Now in each one of these sections, you need to choose your color scheme. We need a section with complementary colors, a section with color wheel order or rainbow order colors, and a section of analogous colors. You can also do some black and white sections if you like. I think it's nice to put a little bit of black and white sections in there because it kind of breaks up the colors. And it gives you your eye a little bit of visual rest time. And it just kind of is a nice transition between one color scheme and another. So you can put your black and white sections wherever you want, and you can start coloring your black and white sections in. Obviously, with the black and white sections, you already have the white. You just have to color in the black sections. The king size Sharpie is pretty good for coloring in. It's a little squeaky when you get going really fast, so please don't do that. That will just be annoying if you make it really squeaky. Just color in your black and white sections. Try to keep your marker on the quiet side so it doesn't sound like we have a flock of birds in the room. So we'll color in all the black and white sections just like that. And then start thinking about your analogous colors. You'll need to have 3 or 4 colors that are close together on the color wheel. So colors that are close together on the color wheel might be these colors, or you might choose these colors or these colors. Any that are close together on the color wheel, you can use in your analogous section. In your rainbow order or your color wheel section, you'll go in this order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. Just like that, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. And then in your complementary section, you'll need to choose colors that are straight across from each other. So don't look at the triangle on the color wheel. Go straight across, like that, straight across. Orange and blue are complementary. Purple and yellow are complementary. Green and red are complementary. You can also do that with tertiary colors. You can find a red violet and a lime green, and you can do something like that. Red violet and lime green. That's totally valid. You can use a red orange and a blue green if you can find them. You might be able to find sort of a special orangey red, like this infrared, and this teal would be good ones for the red, orange, and the teal. So you can go ahead and find those kinds of colors if you want to, or you can just use these groupings like this. Take your time and color these in nicely so you're really proud of them, because we'll be hanging these up on a bulletin board in the hallway for the whole school to see. Good luck and have fun.